Hey guys, so I'm making a Reclear video for floors 43 and 44. 43 is super easy, 44 has a bit of a gimmick, but I'm reclearing it with Gakuganji just to show you guys how broken this character is. He makes it so that your Gojo does not have to be Awakening 4 or Awakening 3 or even 2. Awakening 0 or 1 is fine for Gojo for all of these stages if you have Gakuganji, because that's how good he is. That's how much damage he adds to your team. And I'll prove that to you guys with a showcase. This is the team. We're just going to have Kaito give our team ult gauge and then die. And then Momo will come in and continue buffing. Okay, we're going to buff, debuff, and we'll just hit. Okay. We're gonna start buffing. Okay, we're gonna pop this because it's 4 turns, so it doesn't really matter when we pop it, but we're gonna pop it right now. Buff on Momo, one more buff on Gojo. So, because Gakuganji is OP, he has 7.7 million HP, my Gojo will one-shot him on turn 4. Even if yours doesn't though, because yours is lower awakening, don't worry, you can just kill him on turn 5 or 6, right? With just a few skill 1s. So again, boss has 7.7 million HP, and you guys will see how much damage this does. $9.3 million, right? So 7.7 million HP, my Gojo does 9.3 million on turn 4. So even if you have A0 Gojo, even if you don't do 9.3 million, you'll probably do like 6 million, maybe 7 million with the crit. I don't know exactly how the numbers will work out, but you'll do a lot. And then whatever you have left, you could just skill 1 on turns 5, 6, or 7, and then eventually you will guaranteed kill it. Like I am 100% sure that A0 Gojo can run exactly this setup and then get the clear within 7 turns. So yeah, now I'm going to show you guys floor 44, which is a bit more involved, but it's pretty easy still. It's not that much RNG. Oops, wrong stage. This is the team I'm going to run. Mutual Trust, Wish from the Past, not required, but then they help a lot, so you might as well have them. It'd be nice if you have them. Unity is required for this strategy specifically, because we need Mahito to get his ult up by turn 4. And then Momo's, as always, really good as a backup buffer, right? Because she does the 62.7% damage dealt buff as soon as she comes in, which is pretty valuable. These are the skills. Again, you are not going to need A0 Blue Gojo. The reason Gakuganji is so good is because he makes it so that your DPSs can be a lot lower awakening, and all of these strats will still work because he adds so much more damage. If this was SSR or if this was SR Nanami instead, this strat would still work. It's not like it's bad or anything, but then your Gojo is going to need to be a lot stronger for it to work. But because this character is so broken, and because his debuffs stack multiplicatively with every other buff / debuff in the game, it makes his so much better. Because SR Nanami's buff stacks additively with Gojo's self buff, right? That's what makes him a lot worse when it comes to increasing Gojo's damage. We're gonna do nothing first turn, and then activate Unity, skill 2, Pride, and skill 3. If you have Mutual Trust or Wish from the Past, always put them on in these situations. They're just nice to have. Helps you reset a lot less. Okay, we're not gonna bother buffing yet because there's no need to. You can start buffing turn 2 to make Gojo's skill 1 do more damage on this next turn, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, we're gonna debuff everybody, skill 2 again, and then we're going to just skill 2 one of them because why not? Well, actually, there's no reason to, we'll just skill 3 or skill 2. We won't waste the pride stack because there's no reason to do it. Okay, now there is some RNG here. We have to pray that these things don't kill our Yaga or Gakuganji. Activate that, activate this, and then we're gonna ult and start buffing on Gojo. This boss takes a bunch of extra damage when it's broken. So we're ulting on turn 4 so that the boss is broken on turns 5 and 6, and we're bursting on turn 6, right? So it guarantees that on turn 6 our Gojo is gonna hit for maximum damage with his ult. Oh, that's not great, but it should be fine. That's how we have a backup buffer. One more debuff. This doesn't really matter, but I'm just gonna hit this lady. Buff one more time. Even Mahito's skill 2 there, you can see it just did 670k, which is a lot of damage. And that's mostly due to Yaga's buffs, of course, but also Gakuganji's debuffs. So the boss here has 7.3 million HP, and you'll see how much my Gojo hits for. It's fine, doesn't matter. I think that was 14 million, if I saw that right. It might have been 11 or 14 million damage. Either way, it's I overkilled by either by 3 million or by 7 million damage. So whatever it is, I overkilled by quite a lot, which should prove to you guys that even A0 Gojo can do this really easily if you just use this strat. So yeah, I hope these have convinced you that Gakuganji really is broken. And if you're free to play, I still think you should summon. As long as you have at least 20k cubes or so, it is definitely worth the 12k or whatever it takes to pity him. So strongly consider it. I think anyone that doesn't summon him is going to regret it, honestly, because of just how good he is. And especially if you don't have Domain Megumi or either of the Getos on your account, this unit is crazy valuable. Even when you get Domain Megumi, Gakuganji's debuffs interact multiplicatively with all of Domain Megumi's debuffs as well, so using them together is already amazing as well. So yeah, I mean, think about it carefully, but I really highly recommend that most people pick this guy up. Hope that was helpful. Bye guys.